The ambush by Thalar's elite soldiers plunged the village back into chaos. The crackle of burning huts filled the air, mingling with the shouts and clash of weapons. The villagers, exhausted and outnumbered, formed a ragged line, their weapons trembling in their weary hands. Arrows rained down from the surrounding forest, finding their marks with deadly accuracy. Each strike brought a cry of pain or a gasp of despair. Cedric, bloodied and wounded, staggered along the line, his voice hoarse as he shouted encouragement to his people. His sword swung with weary determination, parrying blows and striking where he could, though each movement was an effort. He saw the light of hope fading in their eyes, replaced by fear and desperation as the enemy closed in, their armored ranks pushing the defenders back step by step. In the midst of the chaos, Thalar's soldiers advanced relentlessly. Their polished armor gleamed in the flickering light of the flames, and their disciplined ranks moved with lethal precision. They fought with cold efficiency, driving back the villagers with every clash of swords and every thrust of spears. The air was thick with the stench of sweat and blood, and the cries of the wounded and dying echoed through the village. Cedric gritted his teeth against the pain of his wounds, rallying his people to stand firm against the onslaught. But the odds were overwhelming, and the village defenses were crumbling. With each passing moment, the sounds of battle grew louder, the chaos more intense, and the hope of victory more distant. But as the village seemed doomed, Marcus, the aging war veteran, took to the field. Despite his age, Marcus rallied the villagers with a fiery speech. Marcus's voice echoed across the valley, strong and unwavering, cutting through the tension like a clarion call. "Stand firm, my brothers and sisters." Marcus's voice rang out, amplified by the natural acoustics of the mountainside. "We will not falter in the face of this tyranny. Remember who you fight for, your families, your homes." Around him, soldiers straightened their backs, faces set in grim determination. "Today," Marcus continued, his voice rising with a fierce intensity, "we make a stand that will echo through history." The wind carried his words across the valley, where the enemy camp lay in wait. It was a pivotal moment, a turning point in the struggle, and as Marcus's rallying cry reverberated through the air, it sparked a fire in the hearts of all who heard it, a fire that would burn bright until the battle was won. The battle cries heard throughout the crowd. Inspired by Marcus's words and Cedric's unyielding spirit, the villagers found a second wind. They fought with renewed fury, every strike fueled by the desperate determination to save their home. Men and women who moments ago were on the brink of collapse now stood shoulder to shoulder, their faces streaked with dirt and sweat, but their eyes burning with defiance. Cedric, despite his injuries, stood firm at the front, his sword a blur as he led the charge. With a rallying cry that echoed across the battlefield, he spurred his people into a daring counterattack that took Thalar's elite by surprise. The clash of steel rang out as the villagers surged forward, catching the enemy off guard. Marcus, his bow drawn taut, sent arrows streaking into the ranks of the Thalorian soldiers, targeting their leaders with deadly accuracy. The sudden ferocity of the villagers' assault turned the tide of battle. Confusion spread through Thalar's forces as they struggled to regroup and respond to the unexpected resistance. With each step, the villagers reclaimed ground lost earlier in the fight, pushing the enemy back with sheer determination and the fervent hope of defending their homes. Cedric's leadership and Marcus's skill were a beacon of hope amidst the chaos, inspiring their fellow villagers to fight on with unwavering resolve. The villagers pressed on, pushing the elite soldiers back. But in the midst of the battle, Thalar himself appeared, challenging Cedric to single combat. The villagers watched in tense silence as their leader faced the warlord. As their blades clashed, Cedric realized Thalar had one final trick up his sleeve. What secret weapon did Thalar possess that could still turn the tide of the battle?